Let's test out some glow plugs from a 6.6 DURAMAX turbo diesel V8. Customer stated check engine light. Glow plug's not working. We pulled a couple of them out. Let's apply some power to this unit and see if it's going to come online. Got a jump box connected to it, powering on. And booyah, that one's good to go. Look at that bad boy. Burn a hole in the wall. Glow plug number 2. Oh yeah, that one's going. Just see how far it's gonna burn down. Once you pop, come on, don't stop. Hello there everybody, good day to you. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are here. As always, I am super glad to be here. We are coming up into or onto or at I think a 2006. It's a GMC Sierra. This is the 2500 HD. I believe she has the 6.6 DURAMAX inside. The customer stated that very intermittently, and I mean very intermittently, so intermittently in fact that I've yet to be able to reproduce their concern. But the customer states that on a cold start, the engine produces a knocking noise, and it doesn't sound like a metallic knocking noise as if you know, a rod was going out or a bearing or something like that. What I believe the sound or what I believe is causing the sound is possibly like an ignition knock or a fuel knock. It has a check engine light at let me see, 310,000 I believe it is, 310,153 miles. We just did our cold start. It has not run in 2 days, and this engine sounds great. There is no knocking. Get her nosed in right about here should be good, because we're going to be working through the wheel wells. We're going to go down to 6.6 turbo diesel. This is the LBZ, very similar to my personal Silverado. And forgive me if I call it a Silverado. It's a GMC Sierra, but they're one and the same. Going into engine, and we have a series of trouble codes in here, all of which are stating to me that there is a glow plug problem. Now, in a diesel engine, there is no ignition system, there's no spark plugs or things of that nature. The way the combustion event takes place is the fuel injector will inject fuel directly into the pressurized combustion chamber, and as it is sprayed in at a fine atomized mist, it meets the heat with the compressed air in that combustion chamber and causes a spontaneous ignition. It's a compression ignition engine. There's no spark plug wires, nothing of that nature. Now, if we take a look here, we've got several codes involving the glow plugs. Glow plug number 4, control circuit. Glow plug number 5, control circuit. Glow plug number 6, control circuit. Glow plug number 8, control circuit, etc., etc. So the ECM is requesting a check engine light because the glow plug control module is not recognizing that glow plugs 4, 5, 6, and 8 have come online. Now, on a diesel, shut down. Let's see if we can see the glow plug indicator. No, it did not light up. There should be a little like an amber indicator with like a little squiggly line on it, and that's the glow plug on indicator. Now, it's about 93 degrees right now, so the ECM is not going to request glow plug activation to start this engine. But if it was like 40 degrees or something, or 50 even, this is on the Fahrenheit scale, when you key this on and the ECM wakes up and starts pinging for information from its sensors, if it detects a low ambient air temp, it's going to turn on the grid heater in the intake in order to heat up some of the air coming into the engine. And it's also going to ignite the individual glow plugs inside of each cylinder, which are very similar to a spark plug. But all they do is create heat at the tip, and that heat is going to, again, heat up the combustion chamber area. That way, when the atomized fuel is sprayed in, there is sufficient heat in that mixture to cause the compression ignition. Does that make sense? So the scenario that I think is happening here is when this truck experiences an actual glow or actual cold start, when glow plugs are commanded, I believe that it's getting a knock because it is not igniting those specific cylinders, or it's not giving complete ignition or complete combustion during that cold start scenario. And once the engine starts to warm up some and the internal temperatures increase, then compression ignition can take place much easier. So what we're going to do is pull out some of these glow plugs, especially the ones that are affected by the trouble codes, and we're going to visually examine them, stick them on a bench maybe, throw some voltage to them, and see if we can actually see these glow plugs coming to life. I bet it has dead glow plugs, especially at 310,153 miles on the odometer. So we're going to pull them apart, prep to replace them. I actually do have a new set from GM over on the box. I don't know if we're going to need them yet, because we could have a glow plug control module issue. However, in my experience, I have found that the GPCMs are fairly robust modules and they do not fail quite often. So I'm holistically looking at it. We've got a problem I can't reproduce. We've got a very high mileage DURAMAX. We've got a potential module that doesn't really seem to fail much, but I know that these glow plugs have got 310,000 on them. So we're going to attempt to extract them, inspect them, and if we're able to test them and they're not coming online, then we're going to replace them. So I realize that was a very long-winded intro, but stay tuned because this is going to be a very good repair video. Okay, now we know what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're going to do it. Let's start doing it. The hood has been popped. Like I said, Dave and I are probably going to tag team this operation. What we need to do here, there we go, is probably go in on the side here, remove these inner fender liners, because the glow plugs are located kind of towards the bottom of the cylinder head. Now this cylinder head is at an angle, so they're sort of pointing down. The risky part is there's potential for a glow plug to break off inside of the combustion chamber. If that happens, we are kind of in trouble, and we'll have to pull the cylinder head off to finish extracting the plugs and to get the debris out of the chamber. So fingers crossed that all these guys are going to come out as designed. Here is the new glow plug. We can see that it's threaded. This area here is going to protrude through the cylinder head into the combustion chamber, and then right here at the tip is sort of where these things like to break off or get stuck. I mean, it's possible where we go to break this housing loose and then the heating element stays inside of the cylinder head. That's worst case scenario. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but we've got to pull them out, we've got to inspect them, so let us get started. Alrighty, so we're inside of the driver's side fender well. We need to pull off all these little plastic push pins in here that are securing this fender liner to the vehicle. They've been out of here before. I can see some witness marks on the pins. But at 300,000 miles, I would expect that this vehicle has been serviced a time or two. Not bad for old DURAMAX, I'd say. It's going to be our last pin on this fender liner here. With the exception of, what do we got in there? Looks like there's a wire connector pushed onto it. There we go. All right. So now fender liner can come out, and the side of our 6.6 DURAMAX has been exposed. See that right there? So going in a little deep like. Let's take a look at the location of those glow plugs. We can see right here, there's the exhaust manifold right there. There's our cylinder head. There is the power wire going to the glow plug. And right there, that's our actual plug. So we've got one there, second one buried back there, third one behind it, and then a fourth one in the back behind that guy there. So those are what we need to dig out. Let me get myself set up a little bit better inside this hole, and we're going to start tinkering with this unit. All right, guys, so you can clearly see the view is going to be a little rough in here. There's lots of stuff in the way, but we're trying to give this thing the reach around treatment where you guys can still see and I can see, and we can actually perform the repair. So I'm going after the easiest one first. We've got an 8mm nut on the end of that plug right there. See that? We'll get that 8mm off of this plug, and then we'll try to extract this one first. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, that socket's like lost to the abyss, so I'm gonna try a wobbly on an extension so I don't lose that one. I'm reaching in super far inside of this thing, and getting a hold of all this stuff's not exactly the easiest of tasks, if that makes sense. Hey, this is gonna be a hard video to shoot, guys. I don't even know if I can show you anything besides the back of my hand. And I just dropped the nut too. This is not working out for me. Everything that I don't want to do is what I'm doing. So what that tells me is I need to attitude check myself and get in the right frame of mind here. There, see that? There, now we're in the right frame of mind. I got my nut back. Okay, so the wire's off. The nut is off. Let's get our socket over that plug and get it extracted. Flashlight. Okay, so this following moment is going to determine just how well this job's going to go. Does this glow plug come out or does it not? Socket's on there. I'm giving some reverse torque here, and I think she turned. Yep, it's spinning, and a flashlight went down. Bear with me, guys. I told you this is going to be crazy. Here she comes. Okay, so the tip came out with it. So right there. Let's put some power to this and see if it's going to glow for us. I need a jumper box. That's what we need. Jump pack. Yeah, let's try this real quick and see if we can get this thing to light up. I don't know if this is one of the ones that had the the trouble code for open circuit. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So what we need to do here is connect positive to one side and then negative to the other side, like so. Let's turn it on and see what she does. It's not glowing. Yeah, that one's not it's not doing much anything. Okay, we have power at the box. This one is not lighting up, and it should be. Okay, we'll check some more of them as they come apart. So let's go fetch the new ones and start installing them. And we can clear out our trouble codes after they're all done and see what we have left. I did see that P0128 thermostat code. We will check that after this repair. It probably has a stuck open thermostat. Okay, back in the little hole here. Now we have to be very careful with the tips of these. We're not supposed to be banging them on metal, and we certainly cannot drop these. If we do anything of that nature, we will damage said glow plug, and that would be a problem. Screw that guy in. Socket coming in. Applying some torque action. Click. So she's tight. I'll reach back up here, take that connector, slide it back on the stud. There we go. Then come back in here once again. There's the nut. Get that guy started on the glow plug. See how the wire was trying to turn? What I want to do is take this loose again. I'll put that wire where I want it, right there at my tip of my finger. Hold it there as much as I can, and then bring that nut up to torque, like so. So that guy's on. Okay, the next one, that one's gonna be a little bit more fun. This is probably the hardest one on this side. You can see right there behind the steering shaft, right there, that's where the number 2 glow plug resides. So I'm gonna try to get in here with this swivel dig this one out. I actually may have to take the steering shaft loose to get it to come out all the way. I don't recall if I could sneak this one out with the shaft in position or not, but I'm gonna try it. Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't come out. And then I gotta take the steering shaft off, which is fine. Part of the gig. Yeah, I'm like bear hugging this off-road tire too. Need a wrench. I moved you guys over. Maybe you can kind of see a little better from the appropriate vantage point here. I've got a 8mm wrench, which doesn't want to ratchet either because that thing's loose enough. Yeah, we're just going to be all super meticulous here and walk that nut off the stud. Come on. I do believe this may end up being one of my least exciting videos. It might have been a better viewing experience had I done the passenger side, but I didn't want to stiff Dave with the hard side. So there's our little nut. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go visit Dave real quick. Here. Let's see what we got going on inside of here. Yeah, look at all that space. This man's got space for days.
Should have did this side.
I should have, but like I said, I didn't want to screw you over and give you the hard part. Anyway, let's go back to our side. Yeah, it's not fair. I do the easy work. Leave Dave with the hard stuff. That's not okay. That would bother me if my boss did that. Anyway, there's our wire, free and clear. So we're going back in with, ooh, I need a straight line angle of attack on that, don't I? That I don't know if I can achieve. Let's put the socket over it. Start with something. All right, that socket's gonna be too deep. Get a more shallower one. Let's try this guy here. That one might fall and get lost. Oh no. I'm all butterfingers. Okay, the socket is on the plug. Now I need to go back and get a tool on it to break the thing off here. Well, not break it off, break it loose. We don't want to break it off. If I could sneak this ratchet behind that steering shaft, I think we can get her turning. And turn, there we go, unclick. Beautiful. That was fantastic, guys. She turned. So, we'll get it loose. Then the challenge is going to be sneaking that plug past the steering shaft here. Got my socket back. Oh, nope, we have interference fitment. It's not gonna come out. Get you guys in there real deep, like you can see it running into it there. So I need to take that steering shaft loose and get that out. Okay, so following our steering shaft here, there's the kill people bolt, which I can't see. I'm looking through the camera to see that. I'm gonna get that bolt out, and then the collar will come off of the steering gear, and we can slide it out of the way to gain some access to extract that little guy. Flashlight. Flashlight down. That's all they do is fall over. Come on now. There we go. She's turning. See how you got to ask it. Tell it to come on, and it's like, okay, I'll do what you want. Let's see, I need an electron ratchet. Ring, ring. Speed this up a bit. There she is, that's the bolt. Very, very important fastener. You must not forget to put that back, because that could be bad. So slide the shaft off like so. Now you pull that plug out. Yeah, real easy. Here, let's throw this one on the power supply and see if this one lights up. Yeah, that one's not going either. Yeah, I might be under. Wait, I felt heat. Yeah, there's a little bit of heat there. Let's turn it back on. Oh, it's blowing up. Ha ha! I heard the thing go zzz. I have shorted this thing to ground. There, now it's back. Yeah, that part touched that part and it instant short to ground. See the smoke coming off that? That one's starting to go. Yeah, so even at 12 volts, this one's lighting up. Not a lot of smoke there, but it's... maybe, can you see now? No. Maybe. No, I don't want to do that. I was looking for like some glass cleaner or something to spray on that. Here. Visual aids. See it boiled off. Let me let it heat up again. Yeah, I think you guys saw that. Okay, so that one's kind of working. Let's get that one, that hole plugged up with another plug, and then we will get the remaining 2 glow plugs. There she is. I'm minding the tip, making sure I don't hurt it. Yeah, real tough to see in there, you guys. I appreciate y'all's patience with this boringness. Can't get a camera angle here to save my life. Where's that 13? 12, not a 13. Okay. And the 0 drive ratchet is available. So we'll tighten that up with this guy right here. I'm doing all of this by feel. I can't see anything that's really happening in there. And what I can see, I can really only see it through the camera screen. It's this big old tire and all this stuff in the way, making it a little harder to do what I'm trying to do here. More clickage. That guy's in. Let's get the wire right here. Put you back on, and then I have the nut safely secured right over here. Okay, that's bottomed out. I need to locate my wrench today. Tell you what, we'll just use I'm gonna use the swivel, the universal swivel action here. There we go. Very, very light torque. I think it's like 8 foot-pounds or something crazy, or inch-pounds. These should become easier as we go along. I've got 2 done. It's 2 on my side. Dave should be outpacing me because he doesn't have any obstacles. Dave, how you doing over there, buddy?
Good.
You done yet? You beating me?
Yeah, it's the easy side, so I'm done already.
Uh-huh. I figured so. Now, here we go. Flip that guy back around. I really like my zero drive. They are making very shortly the more legitimate 3/8 zero drive, no backlash ratchet. And I can't wait because I want one. And on top of that, I would like to offer them to you guys in the future, because it is a remarkable little ratchet, and I do believe it's on par with the top tier tool manufacturers, the Gear Wrenches and the Max and the Matcos and the Snap-ons. This one actually looks really clean. Maybe it's been replaced before. So yeah, I should have more information on the availability of those zero drives in the next upcoming days or weeks. We're waiting on some logistics. And by logistics meaning what I mean is they're building them now domestically, not overseas built, which is really cool. One of my favorite parts about it, I like tools, lifetime warranty tools made in the US, because those equate to jobs. And we like jobs. Well, some of us like jobs. Dave's chuckling over there. He's like, you sure about that? Okay, there's the wire. Plug that guy in. Nut coming in. You know, folks call us in our industry lazy, but I'd like to know how many people kind of put themselves in this type of position on your knees and stuff, working inside of these super tight, cramped spaces. This isn't lazy. This is like gymnastics combined with aerobics, combined with breathing exercises, combined with stress management and anger mitigation. There's a lot of stuff going into this this line of work here. But I definitely think we are not lazy. Okay, that's 3 down on this side, 1 to go. The 1 to go is parked way out back. It's the rearmost plug. That one's looking kind of crusty too. A bunch of rust on the nut. There we go. Let me switch hands here. Going in. Oh, come on, nut. Almost. There she is. Pluck the wire off, set that aside real quick. And then back out to that 13. We'll sneak ourselves back in again. Can you guys see from right there? Is that gonna work? It's gonna have to, I suppose. Okay, it's loose. Reaching. Try to spin it out with my flanges. It's turning. We got it. Yeah, it's a little warm in here. I have the sweat. What's that on my forehead? Is that my hair? I couldn't tell. I don't know what that is coming out. Might be hair, sweaty hair. Okay, that's the third one on this side. That one's covered in, looks like some oil or something. Here, let's put power to this one and see what happens. Hook it on up. Is this one gonna light? I feel no heat on that one. Yeah, that's a dead plug. Kill confirmed. Cool. So definitely found at least one bad one on my side. Dave said he found one bad one on his side because the stud for the little nut was just spinning and spinning. So that's a confirmed kill on at least 2 of these units. I know we had codes for 4, but we gotta figure if I can confirm 1 or 2, that's enough to proceed. Trying to wiggle that guy back in that hole. It's really far away. Okay, it's in. Let me get it threaded up here. Threads are going in. Okay. Let's flip this ratchet around here. Yeah, this is a magnetically actuated ratchet. There's the pawls inside are hung magnetically. There's no mechanical moving pieces similar to a traditional regular style ratchet, which is why we don't have the click and why we don't have any backlash. Keep in mind this gold one that I have, that's titanium nitride coated, and that one is like the R&D model, click, in the 1/4 inch. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm foaming at the mouth to get the 3/8 inch. Because then after they get the 3/8 done, I can pressure zero drive to make the same ratchet in a 3/8 flex head with the extended shanks and all that good stuff. We can have some super high-end ratchets. They won't be gold because titanium nitride is expensive, but it's about function, not so much form. Gold tools tend to be like commemorative or special edition tools or something, and I wouldn't want to use a golden tool because you scratch the finish on it, then it won't be golden anymore. Okay, that's tight, but the eyelet is pointed the wrong way, so I need to finish that off with a wrench. Come on, you thing. There we go, click. Now she's tight. Okay, so I need to slip I already put the steering shaft back on. You guys weren't looking, I need to get the bolt into it, which I can't see. You guys can see though, can't you? Get that back in there. Okay. Need the 11 mil, there she is, on the electron ratchet. Get that nice and tight like. There we go. That guy's on. My 4 plugs are in. Let's go over to the other side real quick and check on the 4 plugs that Dave just did. And then we'll hop back in the cabin, fire this thing up, and clear the codes and see what happens. Whew. How's your side looking there, buddy? Oh no! He put the thing on the thing. Hang on, we're gonna go in there and look anyway. Yeah, there they are. I see some shiny new glow plugs. Definitely had the easy side. Okay. So you're good. Let me hop in, Dave. I'm gonna fire this thing up and clear the codes. All right, climbing back in this beast real quick here. Let's fire it back up. So what I'm gonna do, let's go through those codes one more time, just so we all know what we're doing. Turn that light off. DTC display. So we saw that P0128. That states that the ECM suspects or is observing through the coolant temp sensor that the coolant is being regulated below its normal temperature. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that just indicates there's excessive flow. Probably a thermostat issue. They'll get stuck open. This DURAMAX has 2 thermostats, a low temp and a high temp. If either one of them fails, you'll have full chooch coolant flow through it, and it will fail to warm up in the timely manner. So anyway, we got glow plug 4, 5, 6. So cylinder 4 is the second one back. That was the one behind the steering shaft. 5 is on the passenger side. 6 is the third one in a row on this side. And 8 is the rearmost one on that side. So according to the codes, we had 2 on that side and 2 on this side. Like I said, I found 1 for sure on this side because it didn't light up. And the second one I found, or Dave found 1 for sure on that side because it was broken. Fortunately, none of them broke off inside of the cylinder head. So what we will do now, I'm going to clear all these trouble codes. That's going to clear all the DTCs for the glow plugs. Codes cleared successfully. Check engine light is out. So it's key off. We're going to continue. I'm going to key this thing on. It's done a self-check. We're going to check for immediate codes that have popped back up. That's a hard fault situation. And we have none. So, Dave, can I start it? Are you clear? Very good. Key on. Beginning engine starting sequence now. Get connected. What is this? My thing just crapped out on me. Vehicle history. Here, go back into it right there. So we have no check engine light. Nice quick light off as well. Going into codes menu, display. Now that P0128 thermostat code, that's probably going to come back after a couple drive cycles. But what we don't have is the reemergence of glow plug open trouble codes. Let's go into the injectors real quick. We're going to check out the balance rates on these injectors just while we're here. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. Here we go. Balance rates in cubic millimeters of fuel. So the way we need to do this, we actually should have it up at operating temperature, but I think we're fine. I'll skip that part. We're gonna throw it into drive. My foot's on the brake, so I can't run Dave over. And I wanted to just take a peek at the spread on some of these balance rates here. So I've looked at this before and didn't see what I'm looking at right now, but looky here. We've got cylinder 1, -1, cylinder 2, 0, cylinder 3, 0, cylinder 4, +1. And what this is describing is the volume of fuel being delivered at idle in order to maintain a smooth idle. It's kind of like fuel trims, but different. But what's catching me is cylinder 5, that's +4 cubic millimeters of fuel. It was 4, now it's 3. Cylinder 6 is -3, so we have a spread here of 7. That's like right on the line for ending up at a point where we would consider putting in injectors if the thing wasn't running smoothly or giving us a bunch of smoke, anything of that nature. So these injectors are right on the line of what would be acceptable balance rates and what's not. However, it runs super duper smooth. I don't feel any vibrations whatsoever. I mean, I feel that it runs, but it's not like, it's not excessive. And I also, the reason I'm checking this is I understand that at one point there was one fuel injector that was replaced on this engine, and they did not have a scan tool. Therefore, they did not update the IQA, the injector quantity adjustment. They did not update the IQA numbers in the ECM. What the IQA number is, again, that's injector quantity adjustment, that is the fingerprint basically for the flow rate of that particular injector. See, every injector is different, just like a fingerprint, and they all flow differently. So they're all assigned a number post-production that categorizes the flow characteristics. That way, when you install it in your vehicle, you tell the vehicle the characteristics of that particular injector on that particular cylinder. That way it knows how to treat that particular injector. And without the correct IQA number, you can have things like incorrect balance rates, or smoke while under load, or hard starting, or knocking, things of that nature. Now, like I said earlier, I never heard that knocking noise, and we were unable to recreate it. It's been here an entire week, and we have yet to recreate the knocking noise. So the only thing we were really okay with pursuing was the active trouble codes involving the glow plugs. And again, in my head, I was speculating that failing to achieve glow plug performance could give you a cold start fuel knock. So we decided to fix what was staring at us in the face, and then we can reevaluate later. And again, yes, I do believe we need to put a thermostat in that. And we're on the line on the injectors on this thing, but it's still running strong and it's idle and smooth. So I think that we do not need to jump the gun and put a $7,000 fuel system in the DURAMAX at this time. So guys, all that being said, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out right now. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was able to explain some of these strategies and terms a little bit. And again, I hope you picked up a bit of information. If you did not learn anything, I hope you were moderately entertained at the very least. And other than that, I have nothing more to offer you except the reminder to not forget to have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later in a video. End of GMC Sierra / Chevrolet Silverado in a 6.6 DURAMAX injector, not injector, glow plug, spark plug repair in a transmission.